Hi friends, Carl Buzz Thompson with Environment Sciences. I want to share with you why I'm so passionate about electrolyzed reduced water and water abundant in therapeutic hydrogen gas. Latest breakthrough science is validating all of this stuff. I want to share it with you right now so that you get it. You can share it with your patients, with your friends, and you can benefit. You can look great, feel great, and even lose weight with this therapeutic water that works, water that enters your cells, not water that stays extracellular. So let me explain to you what got me really passionate about this. There are these miraculous healing waters, well documented from around the world. I want you to look up Nordenau phenomenon in Nordenau, Germany. Okay, there was a study that was done on it. It's in a Springer textbook, medical text. They did a study with diabetes patients, and they've done this study 3 times, and what they validated is that the miraculous properties generated by this water in this natural spring in Nordenau, Germany, exactly matched the same properties generated from this electrolyzed reduced water generated from this living water ionizer. And what happens is, the summary is that the natural reduced water and the electrolyzed reduced water produce the exact same SOD-like result and dramatically improved the diabetes markers. Okay, so that's great to have scientific validation on that. They backed up that study 3 times. The water is referred to not alkaline water, not hydrogen water, not structured water. It's naturally reduced water. So NRW is what you're going to refer to when studying the water, this miraculous healing water that happens in nature, and ERW, electrolyzed reduced water, is the exact process that's emulating the water that happens in nature. Okay. So I do electrodermal scans, and I want to show you this because it's really powerful. I've done hundreds of these. This is a Zyto scan. It's an electrodermal scan. You put your hand on a scanner, and it sends little electrical impulses to different organs and glands in the body, and it measures the response. So this is one that I just had laminated, so I've had for a while. But of 120 biomarkers tested, or points in the body, this particular person, 41 are in range and 79 are out of range. Well, what is that? How's that depicted here? These are the in range. These are the functions in the body that are working properly, and these are all of the functions that are out of whack, out of balance, abnormally. Now, the key thing I want you to look at here is for this patient. This was 8/30/2013 on 8/30. Okay, so what was out of whack? Well, her gallbladder was out, her liver was out, her ovaries, pancreas, pituitary, small intestine. All of this red is out of balance. Okay, that's these red dots, these outliners. Okay, so she starts drinking electrolyzed reduced water. I put her on the water. She's drinking the water for 1 week. I want you to see that we go here from 8/30 to 9/6. That's 7 days exactly, just 7 days. In 7 days, her body went from 41 in and 99 out. I'm sorry, 79 out to 99 in and 21 out. Her body went from there to there, from there to there. Okay, you see the difference there? Okay, look at that dramatic improvement in 1 week with nothing else added except for giving her body what her body appreciates as water. What's happening is we're drinking water, we're being sold water that our cells do not appreciate as water. Our body has mechanisms to keep toxins and junk out of our cells, and it throws sort of the baby out with the bathwater. It keeps the water out as it keeps the toxins out. We need water that's highly bioavailable, that's available, that's intracellular, not just extracellular. So the main mechanism for that happening, 2003 Nobel Prize in Chemistry, aquaporin water channels. This is extracellular, this is intracellular, this is the mechanism, and you see the key mechanism here is this positive charge. Positive repels positive, positive attracts the opposite. When we drink negatively charged reduced water, it is rapidly drawn into our cell, carries oxygen, nutrition, hydration in, flushes fat and waste and toxins out. We have to get the water in to flush the bad water out. So if you want to lose weight, look great, feel great, that kind of thing, we got to displace that bad water that's in our cells. So when water is dirty, this is why I say this is the ideal drinking water system, because this is the highest rated filter in the world. Filtration and ionization are 2 totally separate technologies. You want the best filter in the world, and then you want the best ionizer in the world, and both of these are extremely reasonably priced. This filter is solid carbon block. What is the Earth? The Earth is a big solid chunk of carbon. Okay, that's solid carbon. What happens when you have this filter is water is forced under pressure through all these layers of carbon, and what makes it to the center is pristine clean, has the toxins removed. Highest rated filter in the world is the U.S. military's filter. takes out herbicides, pesticides, and pharmaceuticals while leaving the trace electrolyte minerals. That's the key thing. Friends, we're electrical, okay? And we need electrolytes. Our electrical system functions in electrolytes. Why are up to 92% of Americans chronically dehydrated, according to Cornell University? Because we're drinking water from a bottle like this, like Dasani or Aquafina or something like that. You see, there's like little to no light that happens there, okay? Now, these electrolytes are kind of like the wiring through our house. It carries the electricity, the conductivity. Notice what happens when I put this in our electrolyzed reduced water, okay? I'm going to go back to this is your distilled water, this is your purified water, all that kind of stuff. It's wet, it looks like water, but it's not supporting our life, our bodily functions, okay? Now I'm going to go back to the electrolyzed reduced water. There we go. Friends, don't we want to be bright, radiant, energized beings? That's it. This is the all-natural ultimate energy drink, and it's what happens on Earth. The problem is we've messed up the water, and we don't get the benefit of water that works. So that's one of the properties. We need electrolyte-rich water. The genius in this filter is it gets the bad stuff out, lets the good stuff through. Okay, how do I know it's the best filter in the world? Because NSF tests it. There are 3 states that NSF tests in: California, Wisconsin, and Idaho. And in those 3 states, you cannot sell a filter if it hasn't gone through NSF independent certification and testing. This is the NSF online listings for this year. Manufacturers who have the ability to reduce combinations of contaminants. One of the scammy things is that they'll say, well, we take out this or that or the other thing, and they may just test for one thing. These are combinations of things because in the water, it's all mixed in together like a soup. So there are 88 manufacturers that can take out chlorine plus cysts and lead. Then if you add mercury, it drops to 32. If you add asbestos, it drops to 30. MTBs, VOCs, PCBs, on down and down, you get here to arsenic. You notice that there's only 3 in this last category who have the ability to take out cysts, lead, mercury, asbestos, MTBs, VOCs, PCB, chloramine, arsenic, emerging contaminants. That's your herbicides, pesticides, and pharmaceuticals, and then even microbiological stuff, virus and bacteria. 111. Multipure is the only company to reduce all the listed contaminants according to NSF online listings December 3rd, 2016. Those are for the filters that can be sold in those states in 2015. But the next thing is, well, how much reduction? On here, this is the NSF publishes online the performance data of the filters that it tests for the world to see. So there's no hiding this. What a lot of filter companies do is they'll test the first gallon when everything tests well. The way that NSF works is they say, we're not going to test the first gallon, we're going to test at the very last gallon. Because if you tell a consumer that this takes out lead and it's a 1,000 gallon filter, well, the consumer believes they're protected for 1,000 gallons. So NSF tests at the very last gallon. Friends, I don't know if you can see this, but all of these are the percentages of reduction at the last gallon, and they're in the high 90s. This is why this is the U.S. military. It's a 99.8, 99, 99.6, 99.3, 99.9. I mean, even radon, nothing else takes out radon. 94.9% at the end of the filter life when you take it out and throw it away. This is peace of mind protection, certified, validated through NSF. This is what I trust my family to, and it's just like nature. It's solid carbon block. It's like the earth. So the water falls to the earth, the water gets cleaned by the earth, and then the other thing that happens is the water gets charged by the earth, and this is a really important component. If you're familiar with earthing or grounding, what happens is we're all aging and oxidizing through a process of free radical damage, and a free radical is an atom that's lost an electron. Okay, so it's kind of like a car that lost a wheel and it's crashing into all the other cars on the freeway. That's that free radical. When we donate an electron, it's like giving that car a wheel back so it can drive straight and no longer do harm. So the water in the earth provides, is actually charged by the earth, which is a large electromagnet, and what ends up happening is the earth donates these electrons to us. The problem is that when we drink water from, this is that Dasani again, okay, when we drink water from here, this meter is measuring oxidation reduction potential. You notice that this is a positive number, okay, that's 70, in the 70s. This is tap water, okay, that's going to be higher. Now watch what happens when I put in this electrolyzed reduced water, like happens at these miracle healing places around the world. You see that negative number and it's going more negative? This is the earth. The earth charges the water. The problem is we don't walk around barefoot and get water from a well from inside the earth anymore where it's fresh and it's charged and it's clean. So we're giving our bodies something as water that our bodies are not appreciating as water. And as such, the cell is just repelling it and rejecting it, and so we're not getting what our body requires as hydration, and as a result, our metabolic processes are not functioning properly. So the key mechanism is this aquaporin water channel, 2003 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. This is extracellular, this is intracellular. This key mechanism in the channel here is this positive charge. Positive rejects positive, positive attracts the opposite, negative. The problem is we don't drink negatively charged, electron-rich, antioxidant, anti-aging water. That's it. That's generated through our living water system, or it's generated from the earth. If you're on a well, good for you. You're going to drink water in the negative 10 to negative 40 millivolt range. This enhances the water to a much higher level, just like at these miraculous healing places around the world. Again, look up Nordenau phenomenon, Google that, and you'll learn an awful lot. So the ideal solution, we're going to clean the water like the earth cleans the water. This is the highest rated filter in the world. Then we're going to recharge the water like the earth charges the water. You know, we're electrical. The last thing that people hear is that beep, beep, beep. They're hooked up to a heart monitor, and that's actually measuring the conductivity, the electricity. If the heart stops and it goes, flatline, what do? They recharge it. This is recharging the water, which we need for life. So what do I do? How long does the water last? Well, a lot of times people would say, well, the water is going to fall based upon environmental factors, which it does. The oxygen, the hydrogen, it sort of dissipates into the atmosphere because it's so light. We want those properties to dissipate into our cells, into our tissues, into our body. This is the new on-the-go companion. This is called H2 Fuel. This is my H2 Fuel bottle. And what this does is this allows you to take this super antioxidant, electron, free radical fighting water with you anywhere. You hit the button, you fill it up with clean filtered water. I hit the button right there, and now what's happening is I'm infusing the water with molecular hydrogen gas. Therapeutic gas is being added to this water. It's reducing the water, it's giving it a strong negative electrical charge, and I can take this with me anywhere. This bottle has been customized. You can go to myh2fuel.com, learn more about that. Dr. Ron Klatz of anti-aging A4M fame, this is his bottle, and you want to drink this cloudy. That's rich in dissolved oxygen and hydrogen gas. Friends, that's the best stuff.